Hey everyone, we are rolling right through these reviews. We're going to look at linear equations next. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to dissect the parts of an equation. So we've got negative 12x plus 4 equals 40. Look on the left side of the equal sign where that variable is, and we can define all of those items. That negative 12 is what we call a coefficient. And that coefficient is in front, always in front of the variable. Then we have 4, and 4 is what we call a constant. So exactly what is a coefficient? The coefficient is the number in front of a variable, and its purpose is that it's going to be multiplying against the variable. So it's a multiplier. The constant term is the fixed value, means it never changes, or it's a number on its own. So when I'm looking at negative 12x plus 4, the 4's are constant, the coefficient is the negative 12. The variable, that is our unknown. We don't know what that is, and in most cases, we're going to be trying to solve for it. You've been doing 1- and 2-step equations for a number of years. This year we step it up with multi-step equations. And this little list right here, keep it handy because it's going to help you to be able to solve these multi-step equations. First thing you always want to do is distribute if necessary. If you cannot distribute, look and see if you have any like terms that you can combine. That will be your second step. Combine your like terms. And remember, like terms are like combining 3x and a negative 2x. Those are like terms. If you have constant terms like 5 and 6, as long as they're on the same side of the equal sign, you can combine those like terms. You also want to collect your variables on one side of the equal sign. So if you have variables on both sides of the equal sign, you'll want to move them to the same side, and you're going to do that by either adding or subtracting them. And you want to do the same thing with your constants. You want to move your constants to one side or the other side of the equal sign. And you'll do that by either adding or subtracting. Then you want to get the variable alone. So you're going to isolate the variable with inverse operations. Check your answer by plugging it in, making sure that you have solved for the correct answer. Sorry, somebody was coming in my door and I got distracted. Okay. Then we're going to have some things where we call them special cases, where you're either going to have no solution, one solution, or all real solutions, or also known as infinitely many solutions, and we'll talk about that in a few moments. So if you have a no solution, that's an equation where no value for x will make the equation true. So when you do all your work, it's going to end up in a statement such as 7 equals 5, and that is a false statement. We know that 7 does not equal 5. On a graph, it's going to show that the two lines are parallel, that they will never intersect. And when lines are parallel, here's a little hint, their slopes are the same. If you get something where you have all real numbers or infinitely many solutions, that means that you have an equation where any value for x will make the equation true. Work will end in a true statement such as 7 equals 7. On a graph, if you were to graph them out, they are actually the same line. Now, we did not really go through this year. We kind of ran out of time for that. But when you're looking at a system by graphing, to solve that system, to figure out what the answer is, you look at the point of intersection. Where do those two lines cross? And that is going to give you your answer. That's pretty much it. You have lots of practice problems. for this unit. Let me know or let Mrs. Bird know if you have any questions.